Therefore I take courage in my own argument. Verse 13. Now behold, they have all described the angels in the door. Alike and like have they described it in all particulars. And the wisdom of thy words goes to the bottom of things, not like the words of men, but faultlessly. Thou hast made me to behold, I am bound as with iron hoops. It must go my way all my days. Against this I complain not, for I perceive it is not within my judgment to know even myself as to what is good for me or not good for me. This, however, thou hast shown me. I was molded as I am as I am. If I have faults, they are not my faults, neither are they of my father or my mother. For the cause of their unbelief at that time lay not with themselves, but with thee. Verse 14. God said, thy word shall Vedi also write down. The glory and the wisdom of the earth shall come out of thy mouth. The manner of my church shall be shown unto the inhabitants of the earth. Thou hast seen the king's people and how he buildeth it. For the fine post he sends his best hewers in the forest, and they choose the straightest and strongest trees, and fall them and hew them, and polish and engrave them. And the posts are set up in the front as strength and ornament. But as to the walls of the temple, the king calleth not the best hewers, but the choppers. And they also go into the forest to fetch logs, not the straightest and the handsomest, but whatsoever the axe come upon. And their timbers are put in the walls with mortar and withes. And the temple is complete to the king's will. Verse 15. Jehovah said, of such like is my heavenly edifice. I send not winter to please one man, nor summer, nor the rain. I consider in what way I shall induce men to rise up one another and to be considerate. Through me thy father and thy mother and thy brothers and thy brethren and all faithers that come after these, my doctrines, learn to consider the unbelief of mortals and the impossibility of one man seeing through another man's eyes. Verse 16. For as I have raised you up a house in love one to another, so will I show the wisdom of disbelief and its necessity on the earth. Verse 17. The foremost of all lessons is that all men shall have liberty, and no man's judgment be binding on another's. For all do not see alike, nor can they understand alike. Verse 18. That ye shall be alike considerate to them that see not my light or my person, even as to them who are born in Suez. For they are of the same flesh and blood, and their spirits have they even from the same Creator. Verse 19. For in the evidence of the past and of the present it is before you, that men endeavor to enforce their doctrines by saying, behold the word of Omaz, thus hath he spoken, and I am his priest, bow down your heads. Verse 20. Whereas man shall not bow down, but hold up his head and rejoice. They that seek to enforce me are my enemies. Verse 21. Nor have I said of this man or that, hear ye him, for he is truth. Shall the Creator make one greater than himself, and thus cut himself off? And yet the kings and the priests of this day assume this in Ahuin's name. And the mothers and fathers of many have become discouraged because of their great hardships, and they bring forth heirs that have eyes but see not, heirs but hear not. Verse 22. God said, in the days of Zarathustra I came to deliver them that had faith but were in bondage. Today I come to prove 3 worlds unto men, and to teach them how they shall bring forth heirs with eyes to see, and with heirs to hear spiritual things, with liberty unto all men. Verse 23. First, of the earth and its fullness. Second, the intermediate worlds of the spirits, where all shall sojourn for a season. And third, the Narvinian worlds, or Etherian worlds, beyond Shinvat, where lieth unendless paradise for the pure and wise. God's first book, chapter 18, verse 1 through 17, states, on the next morning at sunrise, God spoke again to Brahma, saying, verse 2, consider the fruit of the earth, and the pasturage in the fields. The male and the female feed on the same grass. The one yield milk, the other is for the yoke. Neither can any man change these creations. Verse 3, what man shall say to another, feed thou on this, or on that? but they take of them that are born in darkness, and raise up priests. The food for the flesh, or even fasting, cannot bring suez. The air warmeth the earth, and not the earth the air. The spirit enlightens the corporeal part, and not the corporeal part the spirit. Verse 4. Light is the freedom of all. To know this is the beginning of wisdom. Nevertheless, without suffering, some that are bound would not know they are bound, or if knowing, would not desire freedom. Verse 5. At this time, Hog, the youngest born, was greatly moved, whereupon God made him speak. Verse 6. Hog said, "O that I could believe these things, O that I could see, O that I could hear. O the miseries of my darkness, O the horrors of the suspense of not knowing a matter. Bitter is my soul and full of anguish. O the madness of this hour upon me." Verse 7. Wherein, O wisdom, forgettest, though the time of my begetting, to let me spring up as an offensive weed in such a garden of paradise. Verse 8. And he bowed his head and wept, and then spoke Utiv, his mother, that brought him forth. She said, I perceive the light, O Father, but I cannot bear it. Though this unlock my members to bring forth these 7 gods. Never woman on the whole earth brought forth so rich a harvest, but yet my soul is tortured to the very center. Oh, that the light of my soul could be transferred to this God of men. And she also wept. Verse 9. Now spoke Sa'id, saying, Next nearest am I to thee, O my sweet brother Hog. No love lieth so fondly to thee as mine, and as to thee, Utiv, my goddess mother. And thou hast most wisely named me abundant, for in our love hath Ormazd provided us equal to the highest of gods, because I have witnessed that this purest and best of brothers cannot see spiritually. My soul is mellowed toward all the world. Yea, my outstretched arm shall receive the darkest of men, and my soul shall go up in praise of Ormazd forever. Verse 10. Os spoke next. He said, Most wisely am I named Space, for it hath pleased Ormazd to show me the breadth of his creations. What belief or unbelief is there that he hath not provided a glory for it? Because my sweet brother Hog has been thus blessed with darkness, he shall be guardian unto me in earthly wisdom all my days. And my faith, I know it is well with him, yet in my love I would that he could see as well all see. Verse 11. Then spoke Gitan, whose name signifies time. He said, Behold, I am the 4th born, and as it were in the middle, whose love is so delightful hedged about as mine, who is surrounded by the light of heaven and earth. At one end, behold, my Father, God of men, the very voice of heaven and earth, interpreter of the Creator's words. At the other end, the best, sweetest brother ever created on the earth, with all the wisdom of men and angels. O the glory of this hour, O the delight to be with these gods, and with Utiv, goddess of a woman. Verse 12. Then thus the 2nd born spoke. He said, Wherein shall I glorify thee, O Ormazd, and not glorify myself? I am full of overflowing with delight for the love of these, my brothers and father, very gods, but for Utiv I have more love than. I perceive through my own sweet mother how the different castes of men are made. O mother, how nearly a righteous woman dwelleth with the Creator. Verse 13. Wi'ish said, To rank one's thoughts and desires ever higher, would not this deliver the worlds? Vedi said, To know the truth and ever speak it in the love and kindness, would not this deliver the world and establish Ormazd? Verse 14. Now woke Brahma from his trance, and he spoke, saying, To find the Father, to know him, to reveal him, these are all and for his glory only. Verse 15. Now again spoke God, saying, Wiser than all the rest is Brahma. Who of ye all hath not spoken of himself or herself? Who hath uttered a word of praise or of thanks, and left out self? Judge ye then what is required of men, that my spirit may find utterance through their lips. Verse 16. Then the voice departed for that day, and the angel of God appeared in the door, so all except Ha could see it. The angel said, that ye